baby. Raising hell today, okay? Bring the juice today, brother. Let's get it.
Welcome
to
Up the Gut, the Himalayan salts of football podcast. Because we make you feel good.
Take off, kid.
Don't know why.
Take off, kid. Run. Far side of the 10, step off to the 5, head for the end zone. What a play.
Derrick Henry was on my team, so I'm going to go Texans, I guess.
Yeah, he's on Tennessee, though.
Oh.
You tried. You went for it. I appreciate it. This is Up the Gut, live.
100%.
Welcome to Up the Gut Live, Conference Championship Week. Thank you for joining me, and as always, with me, we have Matthew Ehlers. Matt, what's happening?
We made
We
it.
both made it.
Yes, we both made it. We're both one step away from getting to play the Super Bowl against each other.
The Up the Gut Super Bowl, what we've been waiting for all year, for all our lives.
Oh, this is all I've ever wanted.
So excited, so happy for you guys to get that win and a divisive win. I mean, that was everything you guys needed to do, and now you just got to do it one more time against a team who is clearly inferior to you guys.
Yeah, no, this is our game to lose. We have everything we need to win. All we gotta do is execute. That's it. As long as no one does anything bad, like fumble the ball in the middle of the field or throw 3 interceptions, we'll be fine.
Yep, I definitely look forward to it. And you guys got the first game of the Sunday games, so
Yep. So get rid of that Band-Aid off early and either enjoy the rest of the day or just be angry for 6 months.
yeah, no, I hope you are not angry, as I hope I will not be. I get more sad than angry, really. So we'll see what happens. So I just want to thank everybody again for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you don't follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter. We're getting some notoriety on there. We got Sean Merriman talking to us. We got, or I guess, liking us. Adam Shine liking our stuff. We put out quality tweets. Quality tweets.
Merriman, a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Lights out. Lights out, Merriman. He's probably watching right now, like wondering, should I go on that show? You should. I mean, you shouldn't, but you probably should.
Of course you should. Why shouldn't he?
But yeah, and then tell everybody you know about us. Get on here. If you're in the chat, say hello. We'll again, this is 2 games we gotta look forward to, and 4 games we gotta look back on. So we don't have a ton of content for you guys. But as always with this, I just want to know.
Yeah, tell everybody you know about us, unless they're Lamar Jackson fans. Then don't have them watch us because
I gave Lamar Jackson money. We'll get into that. So where do we stand on Archibald?
well, same place we always stand. It's still not my name.
I stand behind it. That's where I stand. Okay. Well, we're down to the Final Four. So who is the best team in football?
Honestly, right now, it might be Green Bay.
Very well could be.
I think of all the winners from Divisional weekend, I think Green Bay probably looked like the most complete team.
Archibald is the best team in football. But he also thinks Green Bay, and it very well could be. Your defense has been good enough. I still don't like your second half, especially the third quarter. You guys need to work on that.
Yeah.
But overall, it's
and I said that many weeks ago that we are a terrible second half team. One thing Matt LaFleur does not seem to be good at is making halftime adjustments. So if we're tied or down going into halftime, that can be bad for us.
yeah, and so I would make a argument for the Buffalo Bills, because we've taken on in the playoffs and before the playoffs 3 of the best defenses in the league and come out on top. We're not going and playing, of course, no one's playing any bad teams. This is the playoffs, except maybe Tom Brady. But, and then Kansas City, even Mahomes going out, they still held on with a amazing scramble by Henne and then a 4th down call that I mean, nobody else seemed to think. I thought they were going to go for it. I don't know why you wouldn't. What are you going to do? Punt it and hope for the best? Nah, take your chances. You got one of the fastest guys in the league in Tyreek Hill. Why not go for it? So,
I mean, he's
think that
he's faster than Tyreek Hill.
I mean, there's some arguments to be made there, but I don't think anybody.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So I guess we'll take a break here real quick and just remind everybody that Joe Flacco is the official quarterback of Up the Gut. We have made an official request for him to be okay with this, so we're checking with him, and we'll have him be the official quarterback here on Up the Gut.
But he's not the official quarterback here on Up the Gut.
But he drops bombs. Pew, 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 pew.
Really?
All the time. Actually, I just retweeted something that someone put on here, and it's like 3 years or 4 or 6 years or 7 years ago to the date. Joe Flacco outplayed Tom Brady and got to the Super Bowl, whenever that was.
Yeah. No, I remember that, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think he's dropping bombs from the bench.
No, he doesn't. Listen, he is tutoring now. He is passing on his knowledge and his abilities. He's teaching those to the younger generations because he's not selfish. He's got what he needed, and that's why he's the official quarterback here on Up the Gut.
If Sam Darnold is the product of his tutoring, he's not a good tutor.
Sam Darnold, he could play good. I've seen or something, but he's played some quality football. It's the team around him. And I think I saw something that said, with their new coach, who or what area would you start working on? And most people picked quarterback, offensive line. I think give him a better run game and receivers, and that's a whole different team.
Better run game. He had Frank Gore.
Listen, when you're 95 with a cane trying to run the ball, I love Frank Gore. Uncle Frank's the man, but he is not exactly a spring chicken. So Nathan says that faster than Tyreek Hill is the Steelers' time in the playoffs. Yeah, because it took a whole one snap and they were done in the playoffs. So
yep,
that's not exactly true, but close enough. And then Tyler says that he has an answer for who's the best team in football.
I mean,
maybe he'll tell us.
If it's
maybe he won't.
Anybody outside of the 4 teams playing, I don't think he has the correct answer.
Well, I think he's a Chiefs fan, so okay. I'm going to take a guess. But, we do have these games coming up, and one of the things going on here is there is actually a lot of the Bills Mafia flying into Kansas City.
Yeah.
They are rolling in and taking over the city. I don't know if all of them got tickets or if they're just going to take over the city. I'm fine with it either way, but I thought it would be a good idea anyway if we just put a camera in a local KC Bills bar just to see if how everything's going, see if they're getting rowdy yet. Now it's Wednesday, so we're 4 days away from the game. So let's just check in a local KC bar real quick, the Bills bar. No. Looks like there's nothing going on yet. So we'll check back in with them over the night, see if anything happens. Oh, Nathan, is good to see you. Thanks for dropping in for 3.2 seconds. I'm just kidding.
He dropped in the chat as long as the Steelers were in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, that's faster than Tyreek Hill. It's the amount of time Nathan watches our show. Anyway, so best team in football. We'll see if Tyler may actually join us today. He should be joining us.
Why does my name tag say Matthew A. Ehlers?
I don't know. You control that.
I don't.
I control my name. You control your name. No. I can't be held responsible for what you do with your name.
You did that. You were behind the control board for all of this jibber jabber.
Yeah, but you control your name. Whenever you sign into the program and it says name, you put it in, not me. Okay, there's about to log out. It's okay. But yeah, see, that's why mine says Patrick and yours says Matthew A. Ehlers. You type your own stuff in. It's only been months to years of me calling you Archibald. It's finally just sunk in and you've accepted it. And I appreciate that.
I fix.
And Robert, of course, says the Chiefs.
I mean, will they be if Mahomes doesn't play this weekend?
Oh, definitely not. And that's actually let's get on the Mahomes talk while we're at it. Like this is going to be a weird show because we could do the Mahomes talk when we're previewing the games, but it's a pretty big deal. I want to dip into that right now. So, should Patrick Mahomes play this week?
If he's cleared.
Well, who's clearing him?
If he's he's going through the concussion protocol. People are, I'm sure team doctors are taking a good look at him. But
So,
I think if there's any doubt that he's 100%, I wouldn't play him.
Well, that's the thing. I want Patrick Mahomes, but I want a healthy Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And you know why he got hurt. And Tyler said he'll tell us in about 10 minutes. So he'll be on here in about 10 minutes. So we'll get Tyler's opinion on the best team in football. And Robert says that Patrick Mahomes should play. So
actually, he'll probably say something like Alabama. Alabama's the best team in football.
We'll find out. I hope he says Buffalo just to swerve me, but we'll find out. So when it comes to Patrick Mahomes, he's being reviewed by the NFL doctors, the Chiefs, and the Chiefs team doctors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody in there that doesn't want Patrick Mahomes to play?
Probably
Do you think
not.
there's anybody in there that's not going to say, well, for the viewership, for the team, everything, we're willing to, risk Patrick Mahomes' health for the game?
I feel like there's got to be someone in that group who actually has morals and standards.
I don't know. That's my problem. I mean, everything that's come out since is he's full participant in practice. He is going to play. It sounds like it wasn't necessarily a concussion. It was something to do with the nerve in the neck, which just kind of knocked him loopy.
Yeah.
The human body is an amazing thing, so nothing will throw me. But who's to say that it wasn't a full-on concussion and they're not just trying to change some things? And with Patrick Mahomes, there's always going to be more AFC championship games. Even if the team starts to have to lose some people due to money issues, Kelsey wants more, Tyreek wants more, you start dropping some of these players, there'll still be more. He's talented enough. So you're going to put him in a situation against the Bills, which our defense isn't the best. But what happens is the reason he got hurt this time is because his toe, his gout was flared up, whatever it was. He couldn't run and maneuver as good as he could, and that's why he took that hit. That's why he fell weird. He was trying to protect himself. So, and so you put him back in that game. He had a concussion. He had a nerve pinch, whatever it was. His toe isn't 100%. So now you're putting him back in a situation where he could get hurt worse because you're more susceptible to injury now. I mean, I want a healthy Patrick Mahomes, and I'm fine with playing Patrick Mahomes hurt. If it's better for us, and I want to hit the Super Bowl, but I want to beat the good teams on the way. I think I said it when we played Baltimore. They were the matchup I wanted the least because they're all run, and our run defense was suspect. But if we can't beat Baltimore, we don't deserve to play Kansas City.
Yeah.
If we can't play Kansas City, we don't deserve. If we can't beat Kansas City, we don't deserve to go to Green Bay or play Green Bay in Tampa. Or play Tampa in Tampa, but that won't happen.
Better not.
Anyway, so that's my point. But with the Patrick Mahomes thing, I'm already, and we'll get to that. I want your opinion on every 100 things I just said.
I mean, I'm with you. You beat a team, you want to beat them at their best, because if they're not, then that's all the excuses they have for losing. And that's all you'll hear all off seasons. Like, oh, well, the Chiefs could have gone to the Super Bowl if Patrick Mahomes is 100%. But at the same time, if he's well enough to play, they're definitely going to throw him in.
Oh, certainly.
Like 85% Patrick Mahomes is still better than all of Chad Henne. Let's be real.
Like 32% Patrick Mahomes is better than, and it's not saying anything about Chad Henne, but he's like
it is saying stuff
68 years old, and even though he ran like Tyreek on that third down. Didn't see that one coming.
That adrenaline boy, he knows what's up. Because he didn't want to be the guy that cost them the game after Mahomes left.
And he did a good job, and they got through, and that's what I wanted. I didn't, even though I know all of Buffalo probably is very mad at me for saying this, but I didn't want Cleveland and Buffalo. I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. But I wanted them to come to Kansas City because I'm still watching ticket prices. If they drop just a little bit more, I'm going to the damn game. I mean, I'm not going to miss that.
How many fans are they letting in the game?
It's supposed to be around 17,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So
chunk of people.
Yeah, it was. I think it's supposed to be 16,000 last week, 17,000 this week. And I do look at Heather says that she's muted the show, which is kind of fun for a podcast, but we appreciate it all the same. But she's standing in line buying dresses for Nana. So yes, #1 fan award. Thank you.
She just wanted to see your face.
So now I'm going to make a quick banner. So because we talked whether or not should Patrick Mahomes play, I think he should, unless it's going to be detrimental to his health. I do think that they're going to have to work really hard because they're going to have to not only game plan against our defense, they're going to have to game plan on keeping him healthy and safe. And that's going to really limit what they do on offense, which is a bonus for us.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the banner.
Okay.
Let's talk about all the Kansas City fans' excuses.
Well, they don't have any yet.
No, they already do.
Really?
Oh, I've heard if Buffalo beats Kansas City, there needs to be an asterisk next to the win because Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes isn't healthy all the way. And, even if we do lose, it's just because Patrick Mahomes isn't healthy. And
you can't put an asterisk next to that. That's just football.
Yeah, but they're already saying this stuff. And that's the thing because, I don't know if you realized, I'd caught wind of this, but the championship games are both rematches from week 6.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I realized that ours was, and I remember that was the huge ass whooping we got that day.
I'm sorry, Robert, but it's true. So, the difference between, and Andy Reid, I guess, had said this, and I haven't watched the interview, but this is what they posted, and they asked what the difference between week 6 and this game is, and his answer was the Bills are healthy. There's no asterisk when you guys beat us before. Yeah. I've heard nonstop about how you guys beat the Bills in Buffalo, and I tried to explain it, but no, we had injuries all over the place.
Was that the game where the weather was the factor?
Yeah. I mean, weather was part of it, but John Brown was playing injured. Tremaine Edmonds, our middle linebacker, was playing injured. Matt Milano was out. I think that might have even had Trey out that game. Josh Allen was hurt. We're just up and down. Our team was just playing injured or out. And so we didn't make excuses, and it was a close game then still. And that's Kansas City. They keep everything close.
They
but
do.
I think that that's not how this team's going to be this time. I mean, Cole Beasley's literally limping into this game, but he's getting better. Now our run game isn't the best, but your run defense kind of sucks too. So
we'll
hopefully get that going.
Run game when you don't barely hand off the ball.
Well, I mean, that was on purpose because Baltimore had like the #1 run defense. They stopped Derrick Henry and held him to like 30 yards. I don't think Singletary was going to do amazing. So that was a game plan, and they did their game plan, and it worked, even though that would have been perfect time to have a good run game because of that win in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So anyway, what are your thoughts on that? I don't think you probably have very many thoughts on that.
I mean, no, because that's not an asterisk. If someone's hurt, that's just how the game is. You got to play next man up. I promise you, nobody threw up any asterisks whenever Aaron Rodgers broke that collarbone, our team was ass. Nobody threw any asterisks up for us then.
No, that was just bad team planning, though. But when you lose your star quarterback, it's gonna be rough. But you guys really had nothing but Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah,
it was amazing. All right, so I've probably just straight hit all the Chiefs fans like I have all the Ravens fans prior. And one thing I will say is when I talk to most Chiefs fans, I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them, they act like this is just, and even people in the media, this is just going to happen. Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. Don't even worry about it. This is just a formality to play this game. Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. And I've never acted like that. I think that we do have a really good shot of winning this game, but I'm never going to discount what the Chiefs are.
Yeah.
So Chiefs fans, come on. Suck it up. So let's talk about them Buffalo Bills fans.
Yeah.
Have you been keeping up with all my tweets over the week?
Some of them. I've been watching more on the TVs and whatnot when I'm at work at night. And I'm kind of liking I'm kind of liking how Bills Mafia is handling this.
Bills Mafia felt so bad for knocking out Lamar Jackson
Yeah,
that someone went through and looked at what he liked to donate money to, found him that he donated to a charity called Backpacks or something to do with backpacks, feeding hungry kids who can't otherwise afford to eat.
yeah.
And so they went and said, hey, guys, let's donate. And Bills Mafia in 48 hours raised $460,000 for that charity.
Yeah.
And then some people got a little sour, which I think it's kind of funny whenever so a lot of these Buffalo Bills fans need to realize that there's not just fans of Buffalo in Buffalo. We're probably one of the most nationally loved teams next to maybe the Cowboys, Packers, Steelers. We're right in that mix. We're everywhere. I mean, look at me. I'm over here in Kansas City rooting for Buffalo. So I guess Josh Norman has a charity where he's helping out businesses in Buffalo, small businesses that can't make it because of COVID.
Yeah.
So some people brought that up. So then they raised another, I think last I saw, when you take out the businesses, is close to $200,000 to his charity. And I don't think he's updated it last I saw. But, and that is not even including the over $1 million raised for the Children's Hospital in Buffalo and Patricia Allen's name, which is Josh Allen's grandma when she passed away.
Yeah.
You're talking close to $2 million in charity over the last year. Then there's the time they spent donating to Andy Dalton's charity. And who was that receiver he threw that to? I can't remember his name, but they donated to his charity too. So much charity. Now, again, the Ravens fans thought that was pretty nice. So then they started donating to Josh Allen and Josh Norman's charities. So that's what football should be.
Yeah. Not dancing on logos.
Not dancing on logos. So obviously the Bills were they played right after you guys this week, right? We were the late game on Saturday.
Yep.
So come Sunday, when the Chiefs played, I was riding high, feeling good. So I went over and watched the game with my friends. And I think you guys remember the photo I showed you last week where I was hiding behind the couch. Robert took at me.
Yeah.
Well, after Mahomes got hurt, there was some very panicked people in the room. They were very worried and upset. So Robert took to here's my superstition. He hid behind the golf cart. So I was nice enough to take a picture of it.
You can't hide from adversity.
I wasn't hiding from the team. I wasn't hiding from adversity. I just realized that I was not allowed to wear Bills stuff on game day, or they would have trouble winning. So I was hiding my jersey behind the couch. I didn't want them seeing. It's only the defense that's bothered by that. Offense likes it when I wear the jersey.
So are you not going to wear your stuff on Sunday then, or?
I haven't decided. I think I'll start off cool, nothing on, and then I'll probably work some stuff on. I do know that it was 3-3 going into the half. I turned the Buffalo Bills Christmas tree on at halftime, and we sailed through after that. So I'm going to let the game start in about 2 series in. I'm going to hit that Christmas tree and watch the Chiefs go down. All right, let's hit the chat here real quick. We got Robert. He's no longer going to wear his Chiefs pajamas. They were unlucky. And Andrew wants to have a friendly wager.
They were unlucky. Y'all won.
Yeah, but they almost lost Mahomes. Flip. You don't want to do that.
You don't.
So what do you think? Think Up the Gut should have a friendly wager here with Andrew?
Over what, the Chiefs-Bills game?
Of course. He's a Chiefs fan. I'm a Bills fan. Say we have the same last name, so I think we make this work.
I think you two should have a wager. I'm not.
You get in on this, Matt.
I'm not putting any money on this.
So I believe
I'm not 100% sure on this game because
you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth now.
you can't guarantee a winner. You just can't.
No, you can't. But I'm feeling pretty confident enough. I think if we do a straight up bet, we do our usual, and it's just a case of beer, Andrew.
Nice.
And I drink nothing but stouts. I'm just kidding. So if you're good with that, I'm good with that. Just straight up, whoever wins the game. And Andrew, actually, we're trying to be the ones to go to the game together. But, tickets went from a minimum $800 a ticket, and they're down to $571 was the last I saw, cheapest ticket. So almost to where I could do it.
Almost.
And it's done. Case of beer. Straight up winners.
Should have been a bottle of a Terry Bradshaw bourbon.
Oh, come on now. Come on. Case of beer is fine. You'll be fine whether it's Mahomes or not. I don't say, what if Josh Allen gets hurt? Then it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, Tyler, I see you backstage. You ready to come in on this, or you want to eat some more fries? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready.
Fries Sunday.
All right. Well, we're gonna figure out what's really been eating at us and see who Tyler thinks is the best team in football. So, welcome, Tyler.
How you doing, fellas?
Oh, we're doing wonderful. Just enjoying our night.
I bet he thinks the Broncos are the best team in football.
No, the best team in football is the Green Bay Packers.
Hooray!
See, swerved us, but not the way I was hoping.
I don't think he's going to wear all that red and say it's the Bills.
Well, I mean, I'm just calling it like it is, man. The Packers look dangerous right now. Aaron Rodgers is on fire. I mean, he's a shoe-in for the MVP. So,
I mean, he already won it. They already voted. They just haven't awarded it yet. So yes, he is MVP of the league. He's hitting on all cylinders. I mean, what did Devontae end up with in that game? 54 yards?
Yeah, 66 and a touchdown. They had him covered pretty well, except for when Jalen Ramsey was on him.
Yeah.
You know what would be interesting would be to see a repeat of Super Bowl I, obviously with a different outcome. But
you just stop it. You guys had your Super Bowl. You get one every 50 years. Just chill out. Someone else is there. It's hard to lose 4 in a row. Just chill.
So your other question, a couple questions were: should Patrick Mahomes play? If he doesn't, there's no way the Chiefs are going to win the game.
I don't think so. Your defense isn't enough to carry you, and Chad Henney's decision making isn't the best. Even with Kelsey and Tyreek and that offense you have, it doesn't click without Mahomes in there.
No, and then as far as Chiefs fans' excuses go, our good buddy Chris and I talk a lot, and the Chiefs aren't the same team they were last year. We're not as good as we were last year. I mean, you're looking at the last 6-7 games of the season we won by less than double digits.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys. I think the last. Let's see, what was the score of this last one? Was it 22-17?
22-17, yeah. Yeah.
So the last 7 games, you guys won by 6 points or less.
Yeah.
This
so,
season.
Like I said, I don't. The Bills game is going to be a field goal. Anyways, I mean, I think we predicted that the other night. It'll be a 3-point game. So.
Yeah. Well, you said 4-point, but yeah.
Well,
you said 35-31. I said it was going to be 32-28. So we're both right along the same lines. What's up, Mr. Tormented Gaming? Good to see you on here. I wasn't sure if you'd make it. I think I told Ailers before the show started, but as soon as the game got over, first text I got was congratulations from Tormented Gaming. So sorry you guys lost. I'm glad you did though. And hey, Lamar threw for more yards than he ran for.
Yes, he did.
And then we got Andrew says, okay, all of us, we are the GM. You can sign one of these guys, but only one. You sign Diggs or Hill. Really, we should have done Diggs, Hill, or Devontae, but this is the question, Diggs or Hill.
I mean, for Green Bay, I'd take Hill because he can just blow the top off the defense, and Aaron Rodgers has the arm to make that work.
I'm going to go Diggs. I mean, all day, every day.
You already have Diggs. You can have both, technically.
Still doing it. If I could have both, that'd be amazing. But I would take Diggs. I think he's not just a speed guy, but he can get on the other side of defenses. He can do possessions. His cut game is, he cuts on a dime. He's just that receiver, and just about every stat you can look at. Not to mention he led in receptions and yards this year. But he, against single coverage, he's number one against. I think I saw the way someone put it is Stephon Diggs catches the ball before the defensive back can get in the screen good. Like whenever he breaks away from a receiver, he gets so much separation that they don't even get into the TV screen until after he's caught the ball, and it happens all the time.
Well, you guys don't need Hill as far as speed goes. You guys got John Brown though. John Brown and Tyreek's 4.40 time wasn't that far off. Like that, John Brown's insanely fast too.
Problem with John Brown is he's just been hurt like 3/4 of the year, so he's doing some stuff, but he's not at 100% right now.
Yeah, and we have MVS, but I'd much rather have Tyreek Hill than MVS because MVS likes to drop balls, easy ones. In the
well, Tyreek really came into his own as a receiver, though. I mean, like he's got some pretty good hands now. Which I mean, he's never had bad hands, but I mean, he's made some pretty insane catches though this year.
Yeah.
No, he in that game against Cleveland, whenever Mahomes went out, Tyreek was pumped, and Kelsey made some good catches, but Tyreek had the emotion. He's put that team back, said we're not losing this game.
Yeah, which that was the interview that I read, or I saw with Andy Reid after the game, and they actually talked to Chad Henne about it too. And everybody knew that we were going for it on a fourth down. He's like we had practiced 4th and 1 situations to win the game. Practiced the whole week. But he said, as far as the run goes, Chad said, he's like, man, he's like the team believed in me. And he's like, so, he's like, for all the teams giving me, like, I could give them the bag. So I just lowered my head and went for it. And I had just sent a text after he threw the interception. I was like, man, Henne is trash. And then, like, he makes that run. I'm like, oh, I retract that statement.
Yeah, no, Henne, there was a lot of – whenever I watched the game with the Chiefs fans, there was a lot of talk about oh no, Henne's coming in. We don't have a shot. This is going to be horrible. And it's because of that game he played against the Chargers. He kind of, but man, he was working. He didn't have Hill. He didn't have Kelsey. He's going to be better because those guys are in there. So I wasn't necessarily worried. One, because Cleveland's Cleveland. Like they did great this year. They got as far as they did, but they're still Cleveland. There's going to be that little thing. Like they should have knocked that. Any other team would have just sealed that win. They wouldn't have let that.
Well, we talked about that when I co-hosted Taste Buds on Monday when you popped in. We talked about that too. Like, Cleveland was in prime position to win the game.
Oh, and, 100%.
They had made some better decisions and had better clock management, like they would have done it. But I don't know. It was a close game. So had I been rooting. Had Cleveland beat us, I'd have rooted for Cleveland. But, if Buffalo beats us and it's the Bills and the Packers, I'll be rooting for the Bills for the fact that the Bills have never won a Super Bowl. So
I'll be rooting for the Bills too.
No, not you, Patrick. I would never guess that.
But
so Matthew, what's going to happen if Brady pulls the upset?
I'm probably just not going to watch TV for a while. I can't handle 2 weeks of, oh my God, Brady's the first quarterback ever to play a home game in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the one. I wouldn't mind playing Brady in the Super Bowl because I want Buffalo to beat him before he retires. And I don't think that's too far away. But I don't want that narrative. It's bad enough. I think Brady's always been an above average quarterback. I don't consider him the GOAT. I think that he was good and he was smart and he played good football. He knew his situation he needed to be in. That's why he popped himself into Tampa Bay with the receiving core they had, where Jameis Winston could throw for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns with the defense they were building. He knew what he was doing, and that's great. But add that in, and I can't handle it. I know that's what the NFL wants, but go Green Bay. I'm going to root so hard. I will probably be as devastated as Matt if Tampa wins.
Caveat to that. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers is a good dude. But
it's his knee. Sorry.
So you would not call Tom Brady the GOAT, and what's your main reason of why that you wouldn't put Tom Brady in that category?
Well, one, football is a team sport. So he was on a well-coached team, a great coach team, probably the best coach team. And then they put together an all-around good team. He was never one. If you watch some quarterbacks, they make the receivers. I mean, look what Peyton Manning did in Indianapolis. He had Blair White, and I don't even remember some of these guys' names because as soon as they left on big contracts, they never had production. Tom Brady's receivers, not everyone, but most of them would go off. And, of course, like Wes Welker went to Peyton Manning, so, of course, he's going to do good. But a lot of them went on and were good on the teams they were on. So Tom Brady never made anybody better. I've watched him make some of the worst throws in the history of throws. And about every year you'll hear the story, oh, well, Tom Brady doesn't have it in him anymore because he has such a slump in the year. So what I've decided is he's an above average quarterback, but by no means is he the greatest to play the game. I had to pick, it's Peyton Manning all day, every day, because he wasn't just the quarterback. He was the offensive coordinator. He put that team on his shoulders and made everybody better around him.
I will say the respect I have for Brady, though, for the fact that, he's always taken less money to surround himself with good talent.
Never said he was stupid. I think he's a smart man.
Yeah. Well,
and I will say his competitive spirit, his want to win is probably second to none. Like that guy, he knows that he's a slightly above average quarterback. So he will go and practice the entire offseason. He will put in the first leave, first get there, last leave. That's him all day, every day. I've never said that, he wasn't that way. But to say the greatest to ever play the game just because he has those Super Bowl rings, it's a team sport. There's so much more to it. How many kicks got him that Super Bowl? An interception got him a Super Bowl. It's a lot more than just him playing the game.
Because one time he had to put the game on his shoulders, he threw for 500 yards and he lost.
Do you guys follow him on Twitter at all?
I don't.
You Brady?
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it. Apparently, he's also funny.
He can
be. Did you guys see
I watched, I don't know if you saw the golf game with he and Phil Mickelson played Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning. Did you see that?
I didn't.
I did not.
I want to so bad.
Tom Brady is hilarious. Of course, Peyton Manning is even funnier than Brady, but it was cool to watch. And Tom Brady took a golf shot. He actually holed out from like 170 yards. It was a crazy. But when he made the shot, the entire ass, right down the ass crack of his pants, ripped.
Yeah,
like totally ripped it. And like, I don't know, Mickelson had made a comment, and but leading up to that, they had an interview with him, and Peyton Manning was talking about it, and he goes, he says we're playing on Tiger's home course, and he's like, I've never played well against Peyton Manning or against Brady, but he says I really like to be doing this in some place they don't like Tom very much. He goes, Boston being the number one, because it was rather he left. Yep. And it was great. If you guys get a chance to watch that replay of the golf match, Brady and Manning are hilarious.
So I will. I caught some highlights from that, but I'll probably try to watch it at some point. But I was going to try to pull up the tweet he did. But during the game, he had got a touchdown. I think it was a QB sneak, and he went running through and tried to slap five with the ref.
Oh yeah, he
got shut down. Yeah.
Yeah, he made a video, and it's something about where'd the love go. Let's bring back that love and feeling, and that's hilarious because of how the refs have always loved him, and he got all the calls. Just cracked me up. He's poking fun of that. He's not long for the game whenever he's willing to poke that stuff out. All right, real quick. I assume Andrew wants to know who the GOAT is, and I said Peyton, but there is an asterisk on this. I think it's really hard to compare quarterbacks from different generations. I think, the really old quarterbacks where, slinging Sammy Ball and everything, it was a different game then. And then you get to like the Marinos and the Elways where there wasn't really pass interference. You can mug everybody, hold them at the line. It was completely different to where now they have all the penalties and everything where they want offense and everybody's throwing for 5,000 yards every year, So I say Peyton Manning. One, he won Super Bowl, 2 different teams. 2, he was consistent in his gameplay about all the time. And like I said, 3, he is the offensive coordinator. He got so many people head coaching jobs, it wasn't even funny. And we saw how they turned out.
Well, I've got a picture on my wall here if you're talking about potential for the greatest of all time, definitely in maybe the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, you can't discredit this guy right here.
No, and I would.
And like I said, obviously he did more with the 49ers than he did with the Chiefs, but that was my first pro football game ever. I remember it. For some reason, I was probably 5 years old, and it was Monday Night Football, and it was the Chiefs, and they played the LA Raiders in Montana. Was quarterback. They had Marcus Allen, Derek Thomas, which Derek Thomas is one of the greatest players that ever played the game.
Yep, just insane.
So yeah, it's but I'll never forget that. Like it was a night game, Monday Night Football. It was just my dad and me at 5 years old in that memory. I don't remember who was quarterback for the Raiders then. I don't think it was.
Was Gannon?
I said I don't know if it was Rich Gannon or if it was whoever was before him.
Oh, the Gerbach?
Yeah. No. That would have been Kansas City, but in Oakland, I forget who they had. I was never really into watching Oakland.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Rich Gannon, but I wasn't sure. Weird question. I have to ask this. Phillip Rivers announced retirement today.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. That's a whole section we got coming. I do want to know Matt's view on best quarterback of all time. Who's the GOAT?
I mean, it might seem a little biased, but honestly, I think it's Aaron Rodgers. I think he has the best decision making. That's why his touchdown interception ratio and quarterback rating are so astronomically higher than all the other people in the GOAT category.
I figured that's where you were going. I don't think he'll be the greatest to play of all time. I do think he is the best quarterback playing the game right now.
If you're talking modern day, I mean, you can't. Drew Brees is in that conversation too.
Yeah, Drew Brees has just slung it all over, and no one ever really talks about him for whatever reason. It's always Brady, Manning, Aaron Rodgers. It's just he always kind of sits back. But, yeah, he's definitely in that conversation. But that's, again, why I put Peyton Manning over when it comes to the plays. Just like with Jim Kelly, I think that, when you hear that era, they always talk about Marino or Elway. Kelly takes a back seat, but, Kelly called all the plays in the K-gun. They go out there with some set, but then he just called it as he went. That's got to count for a lot more than someone who just has a play thrown in their ear every time,
I mean, we know why Peyton Manning's in the category for the GOAT, though. I mean, because he's smart. But I mean, when you got a forehead that big, your brain's got to be huge, right?
No kidding. He kept getting smarter. I don't know if you saw his draft picture. It was right here. That just kept going up. He just kept getting smarter and smarter every year.
Going bald doesn't make you smart. Just means your hair falling out.
No, I think it actually literally grew up, not like back. Like I think it actually went up. Just look at some pictures, man. I'm telling you.
Doesn't have a bigger head.
So I think here on in a little bit we'll probably have Ogre's expert picks. We'll have Chad Smith back on to review the picks from last week and get the championship picks. He was in the backstage, but he disappeared. So I'm gonna send him a quick text. So then I do want to take this time. We're just going to real quick check in the Bills bar, make sure the Mafia is not getting too crazy. Nope. Still quiet on the Mafia front. We're safe. They haven't invaded yet. So let's go ahead and get rid of that local KC Bills bar. All right. So as Tyler had said, we're going to talk about
Old Man Rivers.
Old Man Rivers. Phillip Rivers has retired, which I think we all knew that was going to happen. He's got his his 932 kids. He's got to start coaching, and so. But
yeah, I called that at the beginning of the season when he went to the Colts. I thought, man, especially when they went to playoffs, I'm like, this is probably Rivers' last hurrah. If the Colts don't go any further in the playoffs, if he don't make it to the Super Bowl, he's done.
Yeah, I think he wanted one last shot with a coach that he was familiar with. I mean, Indianapolis wasn't bad last year with Jacoby Brissett, so he knew he had a situation, good offensive line, good defense, so. He made a shot, but I've always been a fan of Phillip Rivers.
Well, that's my question. So is Phillip Rivers a Hall of Fame candidate? Is he worthy of the Hall of Fame?
Oh, sure.
Man, it's like I had this ready to go. I say not only is he a Hall of Famer, I think he is first ballot Hall of Fame. And I am definitely a minority thinking that. But he's number 5 in pass yards, pass touchdowns. Like he's top. He's in the top numbers for everything except for Super Bowl wins. Like he just couldn't get there, but neither could Marino. Neither could, Kelly got to Super Bowls and lost. That doesn't exclude you because it is a team game. But as far as individual accomplishments, pass yards, completion percentage, touchdowns, even I think the ratio, he's up there. There's no reason that he shouldn't be first ballot.
Yeah. He's a good quarterback. I actually feel bad for him too. I was, that would have been one quarterback that I would have liked to have seen get a Super Bowl. I think he deserves it as far as playing the game. And I know anytime we played the Chargers, man, it was a division game, but like he always gave us hell. I mean, like, it was 50-50 most of the time. Either we'd win or we'd lose. I mean, we never played the Chargers well when Rivers was under center. So, I mean, I'm with you. He's great. I know he made some, dumb throws the last part of his career and threw a lot of interceptions, but so is Tom Brady too. So
Yeah, but when you throw like this,
yeah,
I don't know how he completed anything.
right.
And Andrew says he's a Chiefs fan. Says he never really didn't like the guy, but hated when the Chiefs played him. He was quality, and not only that, he was a quality person. He loved competitiveness of football. He loved to smack talk, but he didn't have to curse. He didn't have to be just overall good guy. Father of 932 kids. So, as a father myself, I respect that he's able to do that. So, we'll take this time to just kind of move to the part of the show that maybe was a little bit not on the up and up. We have the F that guy segment, but in honor of Mr. Rivers and his retirement, we are retiring the F that guy segment. I know, you guys, and we're all going to miss it, but we can't have that space, that hole in our show. So we are starting a new segment for you guys. And I'm going to flip that guy. In honor of Philip Rivers. So I'll go ahead and start us off this week on Flip that guy. And I am going to go with, I believe his name is Nick Wright. Don't know a lot about him. Only reason I know anything is because he has spent the last 6 weeks mouthing Buffalo, saying they can't win anything, and he has been wrong every step of the way. So he's been tweeting this stuff. And so Up the Gut has a Twitter that, for some weird reason, Matt lets me on there. So I was nice enough to tell him that it must suck always being wrong, and that I do this for fun and I have better insight than he does. So that's rough. So flip that guy, him. Matt, you want to flip those guys?
All those guys, the whole Saints offense, flip those guys, man.
Dang old offense, not dang old offensing at all. They're dang old. Anyway.
Dang old liabilities, what they were. I just feel bad because watching Drew Brees go out the way he did was bad, because you watch him play and that's not the Drew Brees we all know and love. That was
no, but he hasn't been that guy since the rib thing.
Even before the rib thing, he hasn't been able to throw the deep ball for almost a whole season.
Well, he is only like 4'2".
Yeah, but he used to be able to throw the ball.
Can you imagine a Oompa Loompa trying to throw a football? Come on, man, that's a little awkward.
Yeah, but his turnovers, the offensive line not blocking as well as they should have. Jared Cook fumbling the ball at a really key moment, really leaving the defense hanging out to dry. And
it's too bad, because I think we all want to see them. Not only wanted to, but everybody but Nathan thought they would win. So
yeah, I wanted to see. I thought, for one, that was the guy too that I wanted to see get another ring. He only got one, but I think Drew Brees deserved two. So does Rodgers only has one ring, right? Was that when back when McCarthy was it 2010? What year was that? 2010 when they had Mike McCarthy, which didn't do jack shit for Dallas, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
So Andrew wants to flip Tony Romo.
Why?
That guy. I assume it had something to do with didn't Tony Romo call the Chiefs game?
I think
I don't know, but Tony Romo is the highest paid sports analysis right now, which makes zero sense.
But I want to throw just announcers and commentary in there, period, because if you would have listened to Collinsworth and I think Michaels call the Bills-Ravens game, you would have thought that Lamar was the greatest throwing quarterback of all time. Josh Allen has never even learned how to throw a ball, period. It was such a biased commentary. It's ridiculous. He would say, Lamar Jackson got one almost good run. It was like a third down. He ran for a first down. It was like 13 yards. One run. He said, that's an MVP. That's a quarterback MVP play right there. I'm like, no, that's a running back play. And it's not even MVP. That's just getting yards. Anyway. So just announcers in general, man. Flip those guys. You got anyone you want to flip that guy, Tyler?
Yeah, the Houston Texans and Derrick Henry.
I hope Lyle's watching.
I don't
Eventually, I think
know.
it's probably gonna make me change that opening, but for now, it's sticking there.
I think it's great. I think it's great, man. I think you should keep that for sure. No, I can't.
F
Off
the
the top of my
win.
head.
Well.
Not off the top of my head. No, I can't.
All right,
I know Bruce Arians was pretty in their post game win when they won. Bruce Arians was really, really cocky about some things. I don't remember the exact comment, but it was something about them being the greatest team or something. But it was very, very. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, you know.
No,
and I was like,
but he can be like that.
"What's that?"
Hey, Bruce Arians, I like him just for what he's done over the years. I think he was interim coach there in Indy for a while, and then he went to Arizona and did some good stuff. Like he's been quality coach, but if he's talking like that, and he went to a team that was ready to be good, just had to get a quarterback in there that was slightly above average. So Tormented Gaming says F the win in Buffalo. I get it, but
Missouri or New York? Which one?
Missouri
or New York? Is this windy here?
He lives in Buffalo, Kansas.
Oh. All right. Well,
probably talking about New York because
okay.
I would probably say rather than the wind, I'd say flip that center because you should have been able to hike the ball. But it's not like Lamar Jackson was chucking it down the field a lot. The wind hurt us more. I guess it got Justin Tucker, so I'll allow it. All right, guys. Well, we're getting along. It did affect he said, not saying that's why the Ravens lost, but it affected the game both ways. It definitely did. That wind was a factor.
Yeah.
Especially in this kicking game. Okay.
You don't usually see Justin Tucker miss like that.
No, well, I mean, other than the game before that when he missed, and they said, man, Justin Tucker never misses. Apparently he misses all the time now. So let's recap real quick. I mean, we've kind of really done some recapping. I think I lost our picks again. Actually, Philip Rivers has them.
While you're looking for that, I know I told you on Tate's Buds, but Matthew wasn't. Listen, you guys got a great show, man. I've really, you guys have been like my go-to. Like when I lay down at night, like I that's like my chill. I put it on and hear you guys talk some football, and so you guys got a great show, and you guys know your knowledge. So I wish the channel all the best in the world. I wish you guys.
So tell your friends about us. No, we appreciate that. We just started this because we like talking football, and if we're gonna do it, maybe someone else will want to hear it too. Who knows? Especially since we kind of predicted the Super Bowl coming up. He picked the Packers being in there. Who'd you pick for the AFC anyway? Did you pick Kansas City?
I think I picked the Chiefs to repeat because I didn't see Buffalo being this good coming out the gate, so I didn't really see anyone else in the AFC really contending.
Well, whenever the Steelers went off the deep end, I predicted a Bills and Chiefs AFC Championship game. So,
well, I picked that at the beginning of the year. Actually, I could have just picked that at the end of last year. Whenever I saw Josh Allen post games and how he looked like he was going to throw up, he was so sickened by losing that game. I knew that guy. He was going to be there. So, real quick, we're going to hit up. And I thought that maybe Wes would be on here, but we got Outside the Narrative. Loving recaps. Loving Philip Rivers. So he's always welcome on here if he wants to, but otherwise, I think they're going to start Outside the Narrative, which it will be a political show, I believe. But if you guys want to check it out, just search Outside the Narrative on YouTube. And if you don't find it, we'll have him on again at some point.
Well, I hate to bounce, but I've got another engagement that I have to run to. So
thanks for being on the show, man. And again, thanks for the kind words.
Hey, anytime. And like I said, keep doing what you're doing, and I'm sure I'll tune in. And best of luck Sunday. I know it's going to be. It's really anybody's game. I mean, even as obviously it's cool for me. Seeing something last year I'd never seen in my entire life. It was cool to see him win. It's nice to actually see them winning versus, like having a good season and choking the first game in the playoffs like I was so used to seeing. So, it's nice that I can have something a little bit to brag about for a change. But it's going to be a good game. You guys, we only beat you by 9 points, back in the season. So Josh Allen is underrated. He's a threat. So it's going to be a good game, though. I look forward to it. So best of luck.
Yep. We look forward to talking again at some point. I'm sure we will. So thanks for coming on.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
See you later.
And I went to kick him off, and you just popped right in. So, could you do me a favor, Chadwick? Could you go landscape? It was killing me the whole time, but I'm not going to be mean. Andrew says, flip butt curve from 33 yards. Yes, that guy, had he made the extra point and the field goal that he missed, it wouldn't even have been a game. Like you guys wouldn't have had to worry there at the end with Henny. He didn't have to do that 13-yard scramble and whatever. Okay, and then Wes, our outside the narrative, says Bills Chief is the real Super Bowl. I think if for whatever reason the Green Bay loses, I would agree to that. But if Green Bay gets through, they're probably arguably the best team in the league. So, Chadwick, how you doing?
Hold on. Best team in the NFC.
No, I think they might be the best team in the NFL right now.
I would say they're playing their best ball, and I would say the Bills are playing this ball. They're not the best team in the league, by far not. They got their ass stomped by the Bucs earlier this year.
Yeah, it happened. But I think they were there for a while. They were leading in scoring in the NFL. Their defense is better than the Chiefs' defense. So, yeah, I mean, there's arguments to be made, but luckily there is a game that will decide the best team in the NFL, and it's only 3 weeks away.
Woo!
And it's just like anything. It's not always the best team that makes it to the final game. It's the team that's rolling on the high notes, man.
That's the best team at the end of it. Whoever gets that is the best team that year.
St. Louis Cardinals in 2006 and 2011. They were by far not the best team in baseball, but good management, good strategy, got hot at the right time. So.
All right. Well, outside the narrative says, love that Chad guy. I think we all do. Actually, I think I might have made a card for you.
Oh, man, is Wes on here?
He says, there we go. Look at this. Ogre's expert picks. Now, we all picked the same except for Nathan. So, really, spoiler alert, Nathan picked everything right because he picked Tampa Bay.
But you got to come out and you got to say something. I talked to you on the phone the other night before that game started. And what did I tell you?
I don't remember.
I said I got a very strong feeling.
That's right.
That I made the wrong pick. If I had to do it over, I said Tom Brady's going to win that game against Drew Brees and the Saints. But
really, it was the defense, the Bucs defense, and whatever was happening. So, well, let's review this, and I think if we're going to review it, we might as well bring in Wes from outside the narrative. So,
yeah,
what's going on, Wes? I want to chat over here.
Knock, knock.
Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. I'm loving the Phillip Rivers over there.
Man, that guy's so daggum. He just did daggum, good old quarterback daggum. He's just flipping awesome.
He's wonderful. He's good.
So,
guy.
yeah, I actually have two of these. I don't know if you see, but it's signed.
Does it say to Wes Grant?
No, it says Patrick, you're flipping awesome. That's what it says. So one thing I will say is we didn't do a lot of it, but Chad and I both picked we're only 4 points off on the Green Bay. Who they play?
The Rams.
The Rams. The Green Bay and the Rams game. I said 32-18 or 32-14. Chad said 34-20. And it was 32-18.
Nice.
So that was some pretty close picking. But overall, the Rams did what we thought they did. I thought their defense would have a little better stand. Wouldn't put up the 30 or, I didn't think it was going to be as easy as it looked for them. But that offense just couldn't do anything. So that's what I thought would happen. You guys have anything to say on that?
I mean, that's what Green Bay can do if you actually block for Aaron Rodgers. If you block for Aaron Rodgers and give the people some time to get open, which they need sometimes, they can be deadly to anybody. And that's all
Andrews. said cool show. Sorry. And then Tormented Gaving says Philip Rivers should be the official quarterback of Up the Gut, and he is not the official quarterback, but he does sponsor the Flip and Flip That Guy section. But I guess now is a good time as any just to remind everybody that Joe Flacco is the official quarterback here at Up the Gut.
No, he's not.
Drop my bombs. Drop my bombs. Come on, everybody get in here. Drop some bombs.
We never agreed on this.
It doesn't matter. I control the board.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'm glad I got to be a part of that.
Now that he's retired, might be a good idea to bring Philip Rivers into that slot next year, though, because Philip Rivers knows how to drop some bombs, especially F-bombs like fart. And forget about it, man.
And flipping
Freaking.
No, if Joe Flacco doesn't get back to me on Twitter here pretty soon, he may lose his spot as the official quarterback. But for now, the love's still there.
He may lose the spot he never had.
Oh, he has it. He has it completely. Then we had the Buffalo game, which, again, had me on the edge of my seat. But I do like to say all that we talked about. Josh Allen threw for 206 and a touchdown to Buffalo Bills players, and Lamar Jackson threw for 101 and a touchdown to Buffalo Bills players. So that's some good quarterback.
I will say that game was the longest first half of football I've watched in a long time.
I think the Chiefs was fast up until the last 6 minutes of the game. Like that Chiefs game flew by, and then the last 6 minutes was as long as the first however many 44 minutes.
But no, I legit took a nap during the first half of your game. I'm not gonna lie.
You son of a bitch! I didn't nap at all during the Packers game. What kind of?
That's because
why are you not on the show?
Because the Packers game was exciting.
No, it wasn't.
Sure, it was. Things
it
actually
wasn't.
happened. It wasn't.
There's some points scored. It wasn't exactly. Hold on, we got to check in on the local KC Bills bar. All right, so
okay. I've been showing up to that bar for a while yet.
Oh, man.
It could happen. You never know when someone might have to get a drink.
Turncoats, I see.
But on a Wednesday?
I'm drinking. I've got Remus bourbon. I've got a Mai Tai. And I have water.
Nice.
So Chad, Wes, anything on the Buffalo game other than that they were clearly the better team?
Yeah.
Clearly the better team. I look forward to seeing them play the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a great matchup, and that will be my Super Bowl.
Well, no, the Super Bowl will be your Super Bowl.
Not my Super
Bowl.
Bowl.
What a Super Bowl is.
I get it. Not my Super Bowl, Wes. I get where you're going with it.
Hashtag not my Super Bowl.
Listen, that Bills game was – I like a good defensive matchup, but I think it was I think both teams' coaches probably – a lot of that was coaching in that first half. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't the most exciting game in the world because you didn't get to see the talents that, Lamar, he didn't get out he didn't bust too many big runs. Josh
Only
Allen
had 34
did.
yards.
Huh?
Only had 34 rushing yards.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad. I mean, again, glad the Bills won. Didn't want. I would rather play the harder game against the Bills with the Chiefs. So.
All right. Then we had the Kansas City, Cleveland, which again was just flying by. I was not overly impressed really by anything going on in there. Chiefs defense is pretty suspect. Offense was clicking.
Looking good.
That first drive was really good, but like I had said when I was watching it, you guys had 2 months to plan that opening drive. You've been not playing football for so long. You sat the starters till 17, and then you had to bye. You had plenty of time to plan that one. But no, I mean the offense was doing what the offense does. I think more worrisome for you guys than the concussion or the nerve tweak or whatever it was, I think is that toe issue, because that nerve tweak happened because of the toe. He scrambled twice and it looked horrible. He didn't drive on some of the balls he should have because of that toe. So whether it's his gout flaring up, which I get, I understand it. It's tough, that gout. but that it should be more worrisome than the rest of it. So
Patrick knows about that gout.
yeah, that gets rough. So anyway, when it comes to that game, that's it wasn't overly exciting. I thought Cleveland had an opportunity and they squandered it, which is too bad because it was nice to see Cleveland doing things. Buffalo and Cleveland fans, we understand each other.
Definitely.
I'm staring at Matt because he's on his phone.
You guys,
I can multitask.
No, okay, you're not talking. Anyway, any thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Chad, our KC expert, Matt.
If the Bills offense comes out and plays the way they did last week, they're not beating the Chiefs.
Well, we're not playing against a top 5 defense. Chiefs defense isn't. I mean, you saw what Baker's doing, and I'd put Josh Allen to have better decision making, better receivers than what Baker had. We shouldn't have any trouble there.
But
if Josh Allen does 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, I won't be surprised.
But was last week more about really good defense or just some really shaky offense?
No, the win was a factor because that took away Josh's deep ball. I mean, we saw that. He's not that inaccurate. That was, I mean, even the way the ball moved, it was wind. So they had to take that down. And then when he came out after the half, he did the short throws, and then we drove right down and we scored. So it wasn't necessarily shaky offense, but, I mean, we ran twice in the first half because it was a good – I mean, just same as the Ravens wanted to run the ball and we wouldn't let them. Like they could have completed a pass for 30 yards every down because we're selling out that run 100%. Just Lamar didn't have the ability to do that. And Tormented Gaming is throwing respect to the Bills Mafia for donating to Lamar's charity. I got in on that. But don't forget, Tormented, that the Ravens actually they did it back. I don't know if it was to the same level. Doesn't matter. Sportsmanship. They donated to Josh Allen's charity. And that's what I like to see in football. It's not all about, dogging on each other's team or smack talking, but having some respect.
Having some class.
And Bills Mafia is class. So anyway, so I don't think it was. I think it was a really good defensive game plan. We knocked out. I mean, it's isn't that the Bill Belichick way? And take out their best player, and that's what we did. We knocked out Lamar from running.
Take away what they do best. Yeah.
And their defense was solid. I mean, they have solid cornerbacks, but we were still able to move the ball. And I think if it hadn't been windy, we could have slung it even more. That's something. I think Kurt Warner said he wants to see every game in the dome. That way the weather doesn't play a factor. I don't agree with him, but that just means we would have won by more.
I definitely don't
agree. The dome benefits us.
We need 20 degrees in the snow. Give me.
No, I like it though because that's football. Snow games, rain games. Even the torrential downpours in Miami. I love seeing that. People sliding around. That's football. Anyway, then you got the New Orleans Tampa Bay game. Only Nathan got it right.
The end of an era.
And Nathan left us, so we can smack talk him all we want. But it really was a defensive stand. I just can't believe that Drew Brees threw 3 interceptions. And, it's funny. Everybody's talking about Drew Brees' retirement, but I don't think anything official has come down. So we assume that's what's going to happen. But
nothing official yet. But after the way he played, seeing the lack of arm strength, and I can't see him come back for another year.
All right. Well, that is our recap. If there's anything anybody wants to get to before we get to makes.
I think we covered everything so far.
I think we've done a good job. We've done some stuff. I appreciate everybody being in the chat with us. So we're gonna make some picks. If you want to make a pick in the chat, let me know. I'll write it down. So there's so many games I got to pick. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna take me longer to write names than it will be to write the freaking picks. So Matt, start us off. First game. NFC Championship pick. Buccaneers at the Packers.
I'm picking the Packers because they're playing their best ball right now. Weather's going to be a factor, and that absolutely helps Green Bay. Because other than Tom Brady, I don't think anyone else in Tampa Bay is used to below freezing temperatures and snow. So honestly, it's Green Bay's game to lose. They have everything they need to win this game. It's all about execution at this point. not giving Brady opportunities in a short field.
Yeah, I think if you don't let that defense give Brady a short field, Brady, you guys get up big. Brady starts trying to make throws. I think that he's gonna have trouble. Wes, what do you got
For the Green Bay,
Yeah,
I'm going to go Buccaneers just because somebody's got to oppose Archibald.
You son
I
of a
like
bitch.
it. Contrarian.
Damn you, Wes.
Chadwick. What is that noise?
That loud? You're there. Or is that my phone?
You're there. You are. What do you say, Chadwick?
Nothing. Okay, so we'll take on that game. I'm gonna go.
He went robot on us.
Out.
God, I love the robot voice.
You might have to hang up and come back, Chad. You're all staticky. We can't understand you. You're cutting out. Signal's low.
Somebody ran into a power pole behind his house, leaving Ayler sitting there alone.
Yeah, I'm have to do that again. Just like fall out and see if you can carry it.
Quick, everybody freeze.
I'm gonna take Chad out for a second because he's just staring into my soul.
All right.
Aha, nice try. Wes is moving. No, you're moving.
Yeah,
Huh?
I missed what he said.
He's saying something about Aaron Rodgers.
We're not saying. I think it's going to be Green Bay. Oh wait, let's see if this works this time. No, never mind. He tricked me. He's just still frozen.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, he's back. No, he's still frozen. Anyway, so I think it's Green Bay. I don't think that Tampa Bay is good enough to get through this one. I think it's going to be a pretty big win, which is going to worry me because if Buffalo doesn't win this one big and we go to Super Bowl against them, then we have to hear nonstop about how Green Bay's just got this one in the bag. But I say Green Bay 35-21.
Oh, I would love that. That'd make me so happy.
Let's see if we get 2 step overs. You can if you want. It's something Chad does, and I can't have him one up me on my own show.
I'm going to say Tampa Bay 27-21 then. Although I do believe Green Bay is going to win, but I need it on record that I called it when Green Bay loses and poor Archibald.
You just picked both teams. That's cheating. What do you think, Chadwick?
Well, guys, I don't think I fixed my mic problem right at this point because I'm still getting a lot of static. But I think Green Bay is playing their best ball right now, and I don't believe that. I just don't believe the Bucs are going to be able to pull this one off. I think Green Bay is going to win this game, probably 35-25.
We're on the same page every time.
I would love a double-digit victory. Oh.
Well, I mean, some of us have faith. Like I said, Tormented Gaming said Green Bay. So that takes us to...
Real quick, I have faith that we have the talent to pull it off. But after the past few years of NFC Championship game, I don't always have faith that we're going to actually do it.
I think everyone's that way about their team, though. Kansas City was for many years. I mean, how many times did Kansas City make it to the playoffs and got to that point where they just counted on losing? They always hoped that they would win, but it was just that constant letdown.
And it was always weird stuff like Mariota throwing a touchdown pass to himself or Andrew Luck coming back from like 30 points down to win the game. It was weird. But, yeah, and I've said that many times with Buffalo. Like, I don't feel confident that they're going to win until there's like 2 minutes left and we're up by 30 points. Like, there's always that chance because I've seen games where we've been up by 21 with 2 minutes left and we still lost. Like, it's just crazy. So, there's always that chance.
We're playing against Tom Brady, and things always seem to go right for him in the postseason.
I don't know. He doesn't have the refs anymore. He needs to get back that love and feeling. He still has the refs.
Hey, I always felt that way too when I was a San Diego Chargers fan.
Are you an LA Chargers fan?
I am not. But you know, they've never gotten the bowl. So there was always that hope every year, but even when they got to the playoffs, I never counted on anything. Never even got excited when they won a playoffs game. I am still a Phillip Rivers fan, but that's because of the man that he is, and
Daggum, he's a good old guy.
Daggum. He's an honorable quarterback and man and father.
Yep.
Good dude.
I muted Chad because of his audio issues. So if you try to talk to us, don't be mad, Chad. I'll bring it in. So this is what I consider an awesome game. So Wes, what do you got here?
What am I getting?
Bills at Chiefs. What's your pick?
I don't know. I haven't kept up. Are we planning on Mahomes being in the game?
Mahomes is a full participant in practice. They say he is playing unless something goes south.
You know, I mean, I'm not the football guy, but I would say if Mahomes is there, I would pick the Chiefs. Close game, you know, probably a higher scoring game. I would say 42-39. We're gonna give it a funky one. But if Mahomes is not there, I think it's gonna be the Bills.
Hey, stop fence sitting.
I
Just make a choice. Look, I didn't say that Buffalo's going to win unless Josh Allen eats a big burrito and has to take a poop in the middle of the game.
Well, you aren't allowed to wear Bills clothing, so
yeah, I know. I'm going to ease into it. I
don't think you should do that. Don't do it. You will ruin it for yourself.
Don't worry, I've got the Christmas tree. This has been a full season of figuring this out, okay? I wore all Bills clothing whenever we beat Miami handedly, like 56 to whatever. So it can happen. You just have to do it the right way.
I mean, I do have confidence in the Bills, and I really, you know, I'm not one of who has the team. Last year, I really wanted the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl for their fans. This year, I would really like to see the Bills win their Super Bowl for their fans. And then next year, Ailers can have it. But for now, I'd like to see the Bills win.
Man, Ailers may not get it because Jordan Love's going to take that starting job.
Nah, anytime soon he's not.
No, not anytime soon at all. So looks like we'll be getting Chad back here in just a second. But I obviously am going Buffalo. I don't think it's going to be an easy game by any means. With Mahomes, without Mahomes, I mean, it's still going to be a well-coached team. I think without Mahomes, it's going to be not close, but I do think Mahomes will be there. There's no way the NFL, there's no way Kansas City, there's no way that they don't let him play. There's no way he won't as a person, a competitor. He's going to do everything in his power to play. So, and I hope that he's healthy, and I hope that he doesn't get himself even more hurt. If he does, 15 of my homies will probably get some money because Bills fans would feel bad for him. If he throws like 3 interceptions, I bet you they'll do the same thing. So Patrick Mahomes, throw interceptions. We'll donate to charity. But again, I think close game, 32-28. I said that on the Taste Bud guys. I'm going to be consistent with it. I did see somebody in the media. They said it was going to be like 52-49 or like 53-51 after 2 overtimes. I would think I would have a heart attack if that happened, but I think that'd be pretty cool. One of the few people to pick Buffalo. So we're going to bring in Chadwick and get his pick on Kansas City. Oh, Chad, we're having some audio difficulties. I don't think you can make this Chiefs pick.
That's all right.
Okay.
So I think it's a tough game. I'm concerned about where he's at. Like you said, I mean, if he shouldn't play, I'd rather him not play. But if he doesn't play, I think it's a 13-point. I think it's a 13-point loss on our end if he doesn't play. If he does play, it's going to be a tight one, man. I mean, I think where I'm more scared is where Butker's at. But
That's a good point.
I think our defense can rise. I know you say we're not a top 5, and that's fine, but I think we've got the guys there, the stars. They make big plays when it matters, man. I think if Mahomes plays, I'm just going to go ahead and say, I got to say the Chiefs, but I think I'm going to pick a score that's maybe 38, 35.
I think we can all agree that regardless of what happens, it's going to be a good week of football. Good
Yeah.
weekend.
I might even watch it.
Hey, you're welcome to come over. I'll have the 86 going down here.
I mean, we could.
I think the Chiefs are going to win too, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I wrote the quote here. Hold on. We're having
Don't forget
we're
about
having
me.
audio difficulties. What'd you say? Okay. We just figured you didn't care about this game. Oh, yeah. You betrayed me. You think Kansas City's
Why
going
we
to
start the show?
Go ahead. Tell me why you think Kansas City's going to win, you turncoat.
Turncoat.
Benedict Arnold.
I want the Bills to win, but playing a close game is the Chiefs' specialty. They will find that last play at the end to win this game. They're not going to blow the Bills out by any stretch of the imagination. But if it comes down to who has the ball last, it'll most likely be Kansas City. And Patrick Mahomes, even not at full strength, will make the play they need to win.
Hey, do me a favor.
Because Butker, I'm just not sure he don't have ice water running through his veins. So
it ain't going to be for Butker. He'll find the end zone with Tyreek Hill, most likely.
Hey, Matt, do me a favor. What you refresh my memory? When was the last time Kansas City got in a shootout and it had to be won with the person that had the ball last?
It's been a hot minute, for sure.
And who'd they play? Chad, do you remember?
it was it wasn't this year, it was last year.
No, it was this year. It was like 42-38. It was a shootout. Last team with the ball. It was a team out of Oakland, out of Vegas this year.
The first time they played?
No, whenever they lost.
Yeah, the first time they played.
That was the last time they really got in a shootout and with an offense that could go toe for toe with Patrick Mahomes. So I would have faith that we can do this. So don't think that every time Patrick Mahomes has a team he goes against. He's lost a lot of close ones to bad teams, and he's lost some close ones to good teams.
Hold on.
I mean, he only lost one this year at all.
Lost a lot of anything yet, son.
Yeah.
He's
Pull
lost
up his record. Pull up his career record.
He's 24-1 in the last 25 games. This I know.
And you just said he's lost a lot?
He's lost some. I will correct myself.
Some?
Well, you want me to bring up his whole career? That's what, 3 years? He's lost some.
Professional career right now.
But whenever you barely beat the Jets, come on, man. Come on.
W, dude.
At least they beat the Jets, unlike the Rams.
W. What did he do against the Rams last year when we had that big shootout? Rams had that fantastic defense. They had that fantastic offense, way better than this year's offense. What was it, like 54 to – I mean, it was ungodly scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, we beat the Rams. We also beat the Raiders.
Okay.
We did lose to the Chiefs, though. So I don't think it'll happen again. I think that we're not nearly the team we were then. I think we had too many injuries. I think Kansas City is worse off than they were week 6 as far as health, as far as even their morale. They're squeaking by on teams. They're not going to be able to do that with us. Do I think that Patrick Mahomes could turn it on if we start going big? Can he come up? And yeah, I think he can too. But I think that this is going to take a hit to the legend of Patrick Mahomes because he'll be 24-2 in the last 26 games, and people will be talking about Josh Allen almost as much as they talk about Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, like I said, I want the Bills to win.
Hey, Benedict Arnold, you picked Kansas City. You stick with your pick.
I'm sticking with them. But I want the Bills to win.
Well, I'm going to pick Tom Brady, and I hope Tom Brady wins, and I want Tom Brady to win. How's that feel? Hurts you in your heart, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you're lying.
Right, you guys talk for a second. I need a moment. Just discuss amongst yourself. Go and check in with the local KC.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Chad, on the game if Mahomes doesn't play? Let's say he gets knocked out. What do you think is going to happen with that game? Do you think the Bills can handle it? Do you think the Chiefs can can take on the Bills without Mahomes.
Man, I mean, that's why they play the game on, every week, because you never know what the offense is going to be. But I really don't think that the firepower could,
And this bar is jumping. You guys should have been here.
you get the ball to Kelsey enough and Tyree, those guys, they're big-time playmakers. I mean, they can do a lot without a great quarterback, but I don't see it happening, man, just because it's kind of like playing the Pack right now. The Pack's playing their, some of their best football. That's what we said earlier. What I said earlier. It's not always about the best team in the league. It's about who's playing the best at the end of the year. So.
Right.
Patrick's got a point. The Chiefs haven't demonstrated. It's almost. It feels like we're trying to go for a 3-peat, but it's a 2-peat. I mean, he's bashing us, but we're 24-1 in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, if Chad Henne goes in, it definitely limits the offense. Because he can't make as many plays and throws that Mahomes can.
There's a huge difference between the two guys. Huge.
Between who?
Henne and Mahomes.
Oh.
Yeah, huge.
Enormous.
It'd be like, I don't know, any one of the teams there right now. Like, I think, who's Brady's backup in Tampa?
No one knows.
No, I should know this.
Because they got rid of Jameis. They don't have Glenn anymore.
Allen out of this game. I mean, you take Rodgers, Allen, Mahomes, Brady, any of these guys out of this game.
Oh, yeah.
It switches the odds huge. So.
Oh, that's a huge. Well, goodbye, Chad.
Oh,
I didn't do that one, I promise.
Is it Blaine Gabbert?
It is
like Gabbert. Yes.
That's right, because he did that. Brady went out at half one game, and Blaine still threw for like 170 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Blaine Gabbert. So yeah, you pull any of those guys out, and it's going to be a major difference. And I think probably of them, probably the disparity between the Packers quarterback. Welcome back, Chad. And from Aaron Rodgers to the backup, and then Patrick Mahomes to Chad Henne. Those are two probably largest separations of starter to backup. I think then Josh Allen to Matt Barkley, and then Brady to Blaine. I think that is Chad. Oh, hold on, you're muted. Oh, you muted yourself, Chad. You got to unmute yourself.
Hey, who's Brady's backup?
Blaine Gabbert.
From Mizzou?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that's I think the Bucs. I don't know. I think any one of those quarterbacks leaves, it makes the odds. I mean, it's a huge switch. So,
oh yeah.
I think if we don't, if Mahomes isn't the right guy, if he goes out in the first quarter and it looks kind of bad, his toes hurting, his neck, his whatever. I mean, whether he plays one quarter or none, I mean, if he's out there for one and he's not playing normal ball, I mean, it's like he wasn't out there to begin with. But I think it would be a 13-point difference in the game probably. I think defense, they're going to pick it up if Mahomes isn't playing. It's kind of dumb like that teams do that, but where one guy doesn't have to carry the weight, the rest of the team picks up slack, but I don't think we'd be able to hang with that offense. So,
no, and we'll see. I mean, anybody can also have a down game. I mean, Buffalo could go in there and just do what the Steelers did. You never know.
Ooh,
but I hope Patrick Mahomes isn't getting a little gun shy, a little nervous, afraid to take a hit. Maybe throw a ball early because he doesn't want to get nudged, so he chucks it downfield, throws it. I don't want to see that. I want a healthy Mahomes because that's what I want to beat.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again, Chad, for coming on the show. We'll have you on again next week, I assume, to do your ogre expert picks. Anything you want to say before we kick you off of here?
Fellas, I got a bunch of work to get to, so I'm going to jet off here. Peace out, fellas.
Hey, thanks again. And Wes of Outside the Narrative, thank you so much for being on here. When are you guys going live with that thing?
I don't know. When are we going live with that thing?
I don't know. When are you going live with that thing?
Maybe we should do Saturdays. We wanted to kind of do something today. Of course, we did a dry run last night, and I actually went back and watched the whole thing. And for a dry run, I didn't think it went too bad. But I don't know. Would like to get a few guys on, maybe make it kind of a consistent deal, and invite anybody that wants to come on and discuss the current happenings of the world and politics.
So, are you guys just an
Maybe
echo chamber of just all same opinions?
I think we're going to be outside that narrative. We're going to try to.
You're welcome to
not
talk to
echo.
anybody and
Oh, yeah.
Respectfully discuss what's going on.
Respectfully discuss. No
I mean,
yelling. Might be a little.
If I'm on there, they'll be yelling. I mean, let's be honest. I'll yell at you just for fun.
True.
I think I've yelled at Matt twice tonight, at least.
Yeah, those Packers.
It's because he's a turncoat, the Benedict
I'm not
Arnold.
a turncoat.
You know
Head two, Brute.
How
Stab me in the back.
excited
Sorry.
I would be for the two of you if it was a Bills Packers Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
Super Bowl,
That's what
man.
we want.
We're counting on
It's
it.
I
so
know.
great.
It would be fantastic for you.
I will tell anybody, if you
Even
have my
if
phone
I
number, I
think it's
do not recommend texting me during the game. I'm going to be having strokes, and it's rough. So just leave me be to fend for myself. But anyway, Wes, appreciate you being on here. We're going to call this one an hour and a half.
Hey,
But thanks for joining the show. We might have to get you on here again. And
appreciate you having me on.
yeah, let us know when Outside the Narrative goes live, and we'll get our 20 subscribers over there. So
All right.
thank you, man. Have a good day.
Good seeing you, buddy.
All right. Well, now's the time, I guess, just to remind everybody, like, subscribe, comment, watch it again and throw comments on there. But tell everybody you know about us, because everybody. This year, I didn't really think much of it because obviously 21 subscribers isn't going to get you anywhere. And that's just like having our family watching us.
Yeah.
So, we need to get more people, but I'm going to request media credentials next year for the NFL. I know the process now. I know the timelines now. And they're not going to grant it with 21 subscribers. So do us a favor. If you know somebody that likes watching football, I mean, everybody knows people that like football. I think we got something here that you guys can enjoy. I mean, if you don't like looking at me, you can always look at Ehlers. Look, I can even make them big. See, look at that. Look, you don't even have to look at me the whole time. It's okay. we can always just like randomly bring Wes in dropping bombs and then you take him out. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that we can bring to you. So tell your friends. Again, thanks to everybody that's watched and commented. If you didn't comment this time, comment next time. Hold on. I saw a comment pop up, and it looks like Tormented Gaming wants to know if we're going to do a Chiefs Bills Madden preview. And I'll be dead honest with you. I have been so down on Madden since Matt kicked my ass, and it made me feel bad about myself. So,
so this is the tune-up game you need.
It's a maybe. It's a maybe.
Do it. It's more exposure for us as a channel.
It won't be tonight, but maybe tomorrow. I'll text you. Follow us on Twitter, and if I'm going to be on Tormented Gaming, I'll text it on our Twitter. So that is a solid maybe.
Better than a solid no.
Yep. Anyway, again, thanks everybody for showing up. Check out Taste Bud Guys at those Taste Bud Guys. Tyler's good friends with him. He's on the show on a regular basis. Check out Tormented Gaming. We're on there every now and again. Check out Outside the Narrative when it goes live. Check out West Dropping Bombs. So many things to get to. So many friends of the show. We just appreciate having these people that are willing to talk about us on their shows. I want to make sure that they get plenty of exposure on our show. But mostly just thanks, guys, for pitching in the chat. That's what makes this thing go. Like, I love the questions. I love the interactions. We just love being here with you guys. So thank you.
Yes. Tell the world.
Tell your mom about us.